Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of New to Weeaboo. This is number 138 for December 30th, 2024. I'm Nemesis, and I'm joined by Alcatraz.
Hello.
Yeah. The thing is, just hopefully it should come out before the end of the year because scheduling is going to be weird thanks to the holidays.
The holidays.
The holidays in general. There's a lot of stuff going on, so there's a chance this might not actually come out at a good time.
It'll come out.
This is ostensibly the final episode of 2024.
It'll come out in whatever day you're listening to this.
Yeah, so to kick things off, a couple bits of news. Yeah, a little bit ago, we actually talked about the whole thing with Sony and Katakawa.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so the worry was Sony was going to straight up buy Katakawa. That is not the case. They only bought a 10% stake in it in the end. I guess the idea there is to stave off any sort of hostile takeover particularly from that South Korean company.
Right.
So basically they're calling it a partnership. Strategic Capital and Business Alliance is what it is. So, yeah, Sony only has a small chunk of them, but apparently 10% is enough to stave off a hostile takeover. It's apparently the largest single shareholder of Katakawa now. Apparently, funny enough, the shareholders were not happy with this because the Katakawa stock dropped afterward the news announced because they're expecting a buyout, so a big payday. And that didn't happen.
That did not happen.
Because, shareholders are stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Short-term quarterly gains.
Yeah. We may have destroyed the planet, but for a brief moment in time, we made a lot of money for our shareholders.
Yep.
Anyway, beyond that, other news, smaller news, but still really exciting for me. Spy Family getting season 3 next fall.
I still need to finish 2. Wow.
Yeah, season 3 is coming in the fall, this coming fall, so I'm very happy about that. That has been a fun one, and getting confirmation we're getting more in anime form is, pretty great.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if there was anything else. Did something else get a new season announced?
There's something that came out this season that got Dandanon got season 2.
It may have been what it was.
Yeah, they're getting confirmed season 2 for that. I think there was something else. Oh, Ranma one half is getting season 2 as well.
We finally get Ranma 2 halves.
Yeah, so we're here to talk about our first shonen of the show. Well, first time we're actually going more than just, hey, we're talking about it for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And possibly an odd choice depending on how you look at it. It's not like the first, it's, or the biggest. Well, depending again how you look at it.
It was kind of big.
It was kind of big, but was it the biggest? And it's probably still Dragon Ball.
Yeah. I don't think anyone can top Dragon Ball.
Or maybe One Piece.
Is that a shonen?
Yeah, it's a shonen.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're talking about My Hero Academia. Or Boku no Hero Academia, if you want to be really elitist weeb about it.
Which is, it's like the normie genre of anime.
Yeah, this is like when the common person thinks of anime, they probably think of shonen.
A shonen. So yeah,
because they're the ones that people really latch onto in the West.
Yeah.
Yeah. So My Hero Academia, we're doing specifically season 1. We didn't do all 7 seasons in one go because that would have been a nightmare.
Yeah, that would not have happened. I've got way too much stuff.
We tried to do a lot of episodes in one go of something that went very poorly. I remember we talked about Rail Decks that one time.
What was that 2?
That was like 5 episodes in. We went. Let's just talk about the entirety of Rail Decks up to this point. That was a mistake.
No,
that was like, I think that was like nearly 150 episodes or something like that of anime, and that was a mistake. But yeah, My Hero Academia. We're doing season 1 right now. For now, I'm pretty sure we're going to be returning to this really pretty soon. Not immediately, but we will probably be returning to it considering overall. But as a whole,
I can see why it was popular when it came out.
Season 1, season 1 brings the hype.
Yeah.
For sure. I know people definitely have opinions about academia in general right now.
Yes.
Now, particularly now that the manga's finished and the anime's almost finished.
Yep. Things have happened.
Yeah, it's been years. It's been several years. I mean, this first premiered in 2016.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute. But yeah, when it came out, it really brought the hype and people were excited. And yeah, watching it, it's kind of like, particularly since, going back to it now, because for me, like, I did watch it for a while So I dropped off because, like a lot of people, there's a point where it's like I'm losing interest.
Yeah, I hear it gets a little weaker later on and whatnot.
But going back to season 1, it's like, oh right, it did bring the hype.
It did, yeah. I've only heard bits and pieces of things here and there. I've never watched it, never read the manga, so this is my first real actual sit down and actually watch the show.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's a lot of fun. It really is.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoyed this.
So just I guess sum up in case you either you haven't somehow been avoiding, because some people just avoid it because it's the popular thing or whatever, or it's just not their interest, or if you just forgot because it's been a while,
or you're just too freaking busy.
So yeah, season 1 here, it's about Izuku Midoriya, or Deku as a lot of people wind up calling him for different reasons in the show. Well, he is a kid who's a huge fan of superheroes. Because, superheroes become an actual thing in this world because way back when, many years ago in China, this kid was born who was just literally glowing. And for suddenly there, more and more people were starting to be born with superpowers. So at this point, as of the point the story takes place, about 80% of the world's population has some sort of power, what they call quirks.
Quirky.
And so Midoriya wants to be a hero. That's one of his big thing. One of his favorite heroes, like the number one hero in the world, is All Might. That's his favorite hero, and he wants to be like All Might. And then he gets the news, which is you don't have a quirk. You're part of the 20% of the population that doesn't have a quirk.
Quirkless.
Yep, quirkless. You are, unfortunately, quirkless. Yeah, so devastated, right? Totally devastating for him. And well, he winds up running into All Might at one point. And well, initially All Might kind of told him you can't be a hero because you have no quirk. Well, All Might saw something in him that was special, namely, well, when someone was in trouble, he just leapt into action, even though he had no idea what he was doing.
He has the hero's heart.
Yeah, he's got the hero spirit and everything. So All Might decided to take him under his wing, and then All Might also revealed another thing, accidentally initially, but which is he's losing his power.
Yep.
He got into a really nasty fight, and it's basically what he calls this equivalent of someone kind of flexing at the pool. He's kind of holding and pretending, but he's actually now become scrawny and frail and everything because of this injury he's got. Yeah. And he's going to pass his power on to Midoriya to take the mantle of One for All, which is called what his quirk is called. And yeah, so Midoriya gets the power. He enlists in the most prestigious hero school, UA. Yeah, and winds up meeting a whole cavalcade of interesting characters and whatnot. And well, by the end of the season, he has his first encounter with the villain, and
multiple
second
villains.
encounter, I guess, if you want to count the first slime guy.
Yeah.
And that's how the season ends, with that kind of we got our bad guy set up and everything.
Yep. It sets up the world pretty well.
Yeah.
The world and the stakes.
Mm-hmm.
It does a really good job of establishing all of that.
It does, yeah.
Introducing characters. There's a whole that's
whole
probably that's probably a point. Like, one of the really cool things I noticed about this, there's a ton of characters, and yet none of them feel like any of them got more or less than they needed to.
Right. And on top of
the pacing seems really well done.
They're all very unique looking.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. They all have unique appearances, personalities, and whatnot for as much as they need, because not all of them see a lot of screen time.
Right.
But they all feel like they're getting enough. Oh, so many times we've had those ensembles where it's just like doesn't feel like there's enough time, or someone's just there and that has no story, or they spend way too long on one person's story and feel like other people are just left like they're needing more, or it's just. But this one, they did a pretty darn good job.
Yeah. As one of those strengths, at least for now.
For now, yeah. For season 1, we're only talking about this one season. I know
people have complained about later seasons. I know that.
I know there are complaints. I don't know the details of the complaints, but I know it doesn't. People have problems with later seasons. We'll get to those when we get to those.
Yeah, and one of the things is, there's a whole classroom because it's a hero school. That's one of the things. He gets in the hero school, a bit of a tense moment where you're thinking he's need and make it. Because that's one of the other things is the power he got from All Might. He can't use it quite right yet.
He can't control
the problem is it's really powerful. He had to train super out just to be able to, just handle it at the base level. The problem is,
kill him.
Yeah, the problem is he tends to break himself whenever he uses it.
Yep.
Like he'll he utterly destroy, crushes his bones into dust. Is in the process. You see his skin turn purple because it's all bruised up and everything. Because he's trying real hard to control it. And it's just really difficult.
Yep.
So the problem is every time he uses it, he injures himself. Then that's kind of a big issue.
It is. You can use it once, depending on how you use it.
Yep.
He got smart about it. I'll just focus it into one finger, so it blows up just a finger and not my whole arm or whole leg or whatnot.
Poke of death.
Yep.
The poke of death.
With a flick.
Yeah.
A flick.
Yeah, also one time he has used it without breaking himself, but that was a very specific circumstance. But
yeah.
Regardless, so the thing is, it's a school, so there's a whole cavalcade of characters. His teacher Aizawa, who was very see, just done with everything. That's what he is. He's just done. He is 200% done. He wants a nap.
Yep, he's gonna take one in class. That's why he brought his sleeping bag.
Yep, Shota Aizawa, who also he's also a racer head. His thing is
he can nullify powers.
Yeah, he nullifies quirks by looking at people. As long as he maintains line of sight, he can nullify your quirk.
Yep.
Of course, the problem is he has to blink eventually. Although he's trained himself not to go for a very long time without blinking. Yeah, there's a whole asynchronous blinking. Well, that's really hard for people to do. It's because it goes against what you're... No.
Yeah, it's hard to do and keep up.
But he also has this childhood friend? Question mark. Katsuki Bakugo. Depending on who you are, he's either the Baku goat or the Baku bitch. Depending on who you are and what you believe. Because he consistently wins every character poll ever for this series. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
He is consistently the most popular in Japan.
Wow.
And we get a lot of Western people going, but why though? And other Western people go, yeah, of course he is, because he's the best. And there's lots of fighting about that.
God,
because
it's like Accelerator all over again.
Bakugo is very full of himself.
And unfortunately, he does have a fair amount of power to back
that up.
The
problem is he can talk the talk and walk the walk, and that's part of what's most infuriating about it. What's the most infuriating thing about it is just simply, he's actually good at this. Crap. But that's the thing. Midoriya is, very kind and excitable and to a degree gentle, which is funny considering his power.
Then he can't be gentle, even though he wants to be.
Well, when he's using the power anyway.
He wishes he could be gentler.
Not like it's always on, though. That would be bad.
Yeah.
But,
Ragdoll Midoriya.
Because that, Bakugo is loud, abrasive, and again, full of himself. He, calling everyone else second rate or just extras or whatever. He does not give a crap about everyone else. He is, as far as he's concerned, he is the best that there ever is, was, and ever will be.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem, again, like we said, he kind of has the ability to back that up.
Yeah.
His whole thing, he's got this, he sweats nitroglycerin from his arms and hands.
Yep. And he also can control when it explodes.
Yeah, he can make it explode.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But like in many superhero comics, guess what? The science is flaky. Don't worry about it.
Don't think about it.
Yeah, the science is often flaky, so don't worry about it too hard. It's comic book science, so don't think about it. Because this is clearly also very much kind of a love letter to Western comics,
right?
Western superhero comics. You can tell, but from the Japanese lens, so all the superheroes have to be licensed and registered and everything, and go to official schools, and versus in Western comics they're just vigilantes.
Yep.
Vigilante. Yeah.
How do you pronounce it?
Exactly. But yeah, the other thing is another school which he runs into when she's clearly the designated love interest, Ochiko Uraraka.
I like her.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah, she's great. At this point, she's pretty clearly, the girl.
The girl.
And Ideku, who there, the introvert who, and oh no, girl talking to me, what do? Girl's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right now her power is zero gravity. She can make things float.
And then make them not float.
Yep.
And if you combine those two at the right time.
Yeah, and make herself float too. The problem is making herself float makes her kind of queasy.
I think making everything float too much will make her queasy
well,
too.
The thing is, if she has a kind of a weight limit.
Yeah.
So if she goes past the weight limit, she starts feeling sick.
Yeah.
And also, if she makes herself float, she may start feeling sick for too long anyway.
Yep.
So that's her kind of drawback as of this point. And obviously she's going to school, so probably going to improve it, right?
Hopefully. That's kind of the point of school, right?
Yeah. So she's pretty clearly designated love interest and whatnot, and it's a shonen. So remember that. Always remember that it's a shonen. Shonen does romance pretty bad, like universally. I think the joke that I've seen, which is shonen authors are really bad at intentionally writing heterosexual romance, but really good at unintentionally writing gay romance.
Yeah. It's like you could probably have Deku and Bakugo in a toxic yaoi.
Probably.
That's probably a big one, isn't it?
That's like that's like at least half of the Deku fix.
Toxic yaoi.
So I kind of think those are like the core characters as of this point right now, but there's of course plenty of others.
There's a ton of characters.
I know for a fact that they become important later, like Shoto Todoroki. He's like, covered half in ice and his hair is like 2 colors and everything. There's a reason for that.
What's that poet's name? With ice and fire.
George R. Martin. That's not a poem.
No. That I was thinking. Some say the world will end in fire. Some say in ice.
Yeah. Shoto's there. He's using ice powers, and he's also kind of very serious looking all the time. He's also we see he's also very strong and good at fighting, as we've seen at the end with the incident. You got Tenya, who's fun. Tenya's fun because he's Tenya Ida.
Oh yeah,
he is very straight-laced, like, super serious.
Paladin.
He is. The rules are the rules, and you will follow them regardless of if you like them or not.
An honor.
So he's a big, and he also
very
hand motion
animated.
Very serious guy, but you see, also he's a good guy. He's just trying to be a good person. He's also looks up to his brother and everything. And and he winds up being class president, even though
Deku won the vote.
Deku handed it over to him because, like, do you see what he did? He was able to get everyone to calm down. Everyone was freaking out. Like he's
just leader material.
Yeah, he's leader material. They got Tsuyu Asui.
Froppy,
the frog girl. She doesn't have the name Froppy yet,
but it's like I know that one because
the frog girl.
People really like her.
Yeah, she is a no nonsense person.
Yeah.
She will say it as things as they are. She will say it as it, whatever it is. She will be very blunt. She will be very straightforward. She does not sugarcoat things.
She don't beat around the bush.
She also she's not very easily flapped, to say the least. Like with getting attacked by villains, she's pretty calm.
Yep.
Particularly, comparison to a certain other person screaming his head off. Yeah.
Can we just ignore him?
We can't, unfortunately. He's a part of things. Yeah. The Minoru Mineta. Mineta is
in this
a very tiny person. He is small.
Yeah, and in this episode, I don't like him, and I know he gets worse.
Oh yes.
And I'm not looking
at this point.
He's
just a bit of a pervert.
He's a bit of a slight perv and annoying and short.
Yep.
And that's it. How the heck did he get into the?
That's a very good question. Because his whole power is
he's got balls on his head that he can throw at people,
and they become sticky.
And then if he does too many, he starts bleeding.
Yeah. All right. Also, he looks like he's wearing a diaper. It's supposed to be a great bowl, but it looks like a diaper.
It looks like a diaper.
A large chunk of the fandom hates his guts.
I don't like him. I haven't seen much of him, and I don't like him.
Because he's very hateable.
Yeah.
At this point, he's not too bad, but he does get. I know for a fact he becomes worse. Yeah, and they also got characters like Momo Yorozu, because she becomes the kind of vice president.
Yeah.
She's also very straight laced, whatnot. Kind of similar to Ida in a little bit, but also we'll see a little bit more of her later. But yeah, as it is, her thing is she can create anything.
Yeah, she has the power of creation. If she can imagine it, she can create it. It takes time, though, sometimes.
Yeah, depending on how complex it is, because she has to basically know its chemical composition.
Yeah.
Which means she knows a lot of things about that.
She's a nerd.
Yeah, she was one of the few who got in via recommendation. She didn't have to take the test like Deku or Ochako did or whatever. They had to take tests, and she just got in via recommendation because, yeah.
Yep.
And there's also Kyoka Jiro, who's got headphone jack, got the ear things with the basically
her powers is kind of weird, but all right.
a lot of these powers get weird because you're trying to be invent clever and whatnot. Eijiro Kirishima, he can harden his skin.
Yep.
He also talks about how manly things are not a lot.
The hardening of his arms and skin, as we see, can definitely be useful. It means basically his arms are swords.
Yeah.
And shields.
Or battering rams.
Or
hammers.
They're weapons. He's a walking weapon, basically.
Yep. And it's hard to hurt him.
Yeah.
And there's also Denki Kaminari, who's electricity. Problem is, if he uses too much of it, he's brain short circuits. He's kind of an idiot.
More than usual.
More so than usual, yes.
He's not very bright to begin with.
Oh, yeah. I could probably actually let's go through listing names, but yeah.
Yeah, it's going to get really long because there's a lot of people, and they only have so much time.
It's a classroom full of kids. One I want to point out, though, is Toru Hagakuri, which she's the invisible girl.
Oh.
She's the awkward one because her invisibility is only her. Not her clothes.
Not
just
her clothes.
So her hero outfit is a pair of shoes and a pair of gloves. Those are the only clothing.
So you know where she is.
Yeah, that's the only clothing she wears when she's a heroing, which is
It's like Skinner.
You could have,
the Invisible Man,
done something to not do that, but so we don't have a teenage girl running around naked. But
Yeah.
That's the other thing is Momo's outfit is a little. People complain about that one because they put the plunging neckline. Again, she's like 15, 16 years old at this point because this is they're in 10th grade. People, because the excuse is, well, she needs to show a bunch of skin so she can do her creation thing. And it's like you could have adjusted the outfits to actually show more skin and not shown her cleavage. But hey, what do I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the little frustrations. That's something that's going to pop up a lot. I can tell you right now, which is the slight misogyny of this series. Yeah. It's not so bad yet, but there have been little signs here and there. Like one of the first heroes we see active is Mount Lady.
Oh,
the writer's barely disguised fetish.
Yeah,
and giant woman, and her thing is like she's literally wiggling her butt around for the media when she's first debuting.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah. There's also this one guy who keeps popping up that everyone seems to ignore him. Yuga Aoyama, who's very full of himself, very full of himself, very pretty. Got the little stomach laser thing.
Yeah.
He keeps trying to get people to engage with him, and they won't engage. He's like trying to be like this secretive, like aloof, weird guy, and he just kind of comes across as a weirdo.
Yeah.
So the big thing also is, at the end, the last few episodes deal with the USJ, well, I don't remember what that actually stands for now. Crap. The USJ is basically a little training center for rescue missions. And they get attacked by actual villains while they're there. Like, for real. First, they're like, is this part of the training? Oh, no, this is not part of the training. This is real. And the reason the villains were there was because they found out All Might was teaching at the school, and they wanted to kill All Might. Kill the greatest hero of all time, right? And that's pretty demoralizing for the general public. Also, apparently, there seems to be a bit of a personal grudge there, too, but... So they show up, and that's the big thing is they're now put in there to the paces of, you kind of have to learn how to be heroes like now. Yeah, that's a pretty big villain is we see the big villain there with that of the series, or one of the big villains anyway. Find a stupid name.
He's rather handsy with himself.
Boo. Boo.
Yeah, his powers, things crumble that he touches.
Yep. I believe they later to clarify his power is called decay.
Yeah.
So, that kind of gives you an idea of what he's like.
But even then, those big villains are apparently being guided by someone greater.
Because, he mumbles something about being told. Tomura Shigaraki, that's what it was. Like, I knew it started with a she. I knew that, but... Yeah, he's there to kill All Might, and he has a whole bunch of, kind of just street-level thugs with him, and, guy who can portal and everything, and Nomu.
Yeah. Nomu.
Yes, a Nomu
beast.
thing. It was designed specifically to be able to counter All Might. Uh-oh. and kill him. And All Might's not there. That's not good, right? And then until All Might does show up eventually, but All Might beats the Nomu, but at great cost. He really puts himself as the ringer, and unfortunately, to the point where he's just standing there, just pretending he's still ready to go. Yep. He's like, he's not in good shape, and he knows it. Like, he even says, this would have taken me 5 punches in my prime. It took me 300.
Yep. He's losing his power. He's weak, and he also overdid it earlier that day.
Yep. So that's fun. So that was the whole. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like we see that the League of Villains.
Yep. Evil League of. Wait, no, that's a different thing.
Yeah, so they're the big. They're clearly established as the big threat, and they are definitely going to be the big threat throughout the series. They're very interesting. Yeah, Shigaraki there. He keeps talking in video game terms. If you noticed, he's talking about like All Might had use a cheat or something.
Yeah.
Or, clearing this boss, and that sort of thing. He's calling All Might the final boss, and yeah, it's interesting that. But yeah, that's just the thing. It's just most of those villains are just like whatever, random just guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's definitely him and Kurogiri are definitely the important ones there.
Yeah.
Kurogiri being the portal guy.
Yeah, what is the word that they used for that?
Warp.
Yeah.
He can make warp gates.
Warp gate. That's the term. Warp gate.
Yeah, so that's the one thing. And that's the one thing I was actually almost glossed right over, which was that earlier they had the class where All Might was teaching. They had the whole hero versus villain thing in the class, and that was one of the first instances where we see Bakugo, while he knows what he's doing, also has one heck of a grudge against Deku.
Deku was not supposed to go to the school.
Yeah. I was supposed to be the only one from our middle school to make it here. It was supposed to be me.
And he was the first one.
Yeah, I was supposed to be one and first and only. And how dare you? You don't have a quirk. How are you here? How are you doing this? What did you do?
Yeah.
And it's personal grudge, which led when they're doing the hero versus villain thing. Well, Bakugo was one of the villains, and Midoriya was one of the heroes. And Bakugo, basically, because of that, Midoriya was able to take advantage of that and kind of get a victory because Bakugo's too focused on Midoriya to actually be effective. He's so focused on just, hurting him that he kind of forgets the objective, which is protect the bomb. Midoriya's able to manipulate him with using that.
Yep, that's probably the biggest difference. It's like Bakugo is like borderline villain.
Yeah, people have noted that.
He is, because he's in it for himself. That's really the big one. He's going to all this hero stuff, not to be a hero. It's to be number one. It's all about him. He's not going to be a great hero. No matter how much power you got. That's why All Might picked Midoriya.
Yeah, we see various flashbacks too, and it's pretty clear Midoriya and Bakugo were actually pretty good friends at one point. But Bakugo got a quirk and he didn't, Midoriya didn't, and
and it's more than that too. It's like Midoriya would always try to help, and Bakugo hated that.
Yes,
because he's got this superiority complex, and he cannot accept help or show any sort of weakness. And accepting any sort of help is like, you're gonna make me look bad, or he's got some problems.
Yeah. Boy's got issues. And the one thing we actually had, Bakugo actually straight up tell Midoriya to kill himself at one point, so that's fun.
That's fun.
Which, yeah, for a lot of people, that was like, I remember saw a lot of people, for them, as far as they're concerned, that's it. That's the line. There is no coming back from that. I've seen that sentiment a lot for a lot of people, that just saying that to someone like that. No, that's the line has been crossed. You are irredeemable in my eyes.
Is that the kicking the puppy line?
Yeah, for a lot of people, yes.
He's not great for that. He's definitely not great for that.
Yeah, so I think it's pretty clear, that the big thing in this series is going to be Midoriya and Bakugo. Those are the two big things.
Yep.
And there's also that one thing at this teaser at the end of the season, which that's some weird guy up on a building in the night. Who's that? Well, Midoriya's talking about how things are going to get worse.
Oh no,
things are going to get worse. Who's this?
Who dis? New
You'll
phone.
know.
Who dis?
You'll find out. Yeah, it's actually just pretty cool because a lot of it's very, very flashy looking, and that makes sense. It's based on Western superhero comics, and it makes sense for it to be very flashy and colorful. It looks really good.
It does. It really does.
It does. Like a lot of the action scenes work really well. Like the fight between All Might and the Nomu, man, that is really, really captivating to watch.
Yeah.
And it's really well framed and everything, and it's just the framing and fight scenes and a lot of the stuff. And there's also just like goofy faces when they need them and whatnot, and they do really good things with how this work with how all looks. And the music tends to be really big and bombastic, which again helps really sell all the action and whatnot. So it works really well. And of course, even the whole, them shouting plus ultra, which, nonsensical English, but dang, it gets you fired up.
Yep. Love the nonsensical English.
So it's just, and of course, my All Might's cat, his phrase, I am here. Just, I am here.
Everything will be okay because I am here.
Yeah. It's just one of those things. It's like a hero.
Yeah, he's like the Superman.
Yeah. Speaking of visuals, this was done. My understanding is pretty much most, if not all, the series was done by Studio Bones, who have done a lot of notable things, like Skate the Infinite, Metallic Rouge,
Space Dandy,
Mob Psycho, Space Dandy, Carol and Tuesday. Yeah, they've done a lot of things. They have done a ton of things, and they are generally well regarded, and for good reason.
Yep.
Because the stuff they work on tends to look really good.
The original Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of good things. As for voice actors, I'm again not going to list them all. I'm just going to do the handful of important characters, right?
Right.
Midoriya is done as voiced by Daiki Yamashita, who well, obviously he's done a lot of Midoriya. I'm trying to see. Oh, we've been ReZero. I'm just seeing Midoriya pop up over and over again. That's surprising. I mean,
it's almost like Midoriya's been in a lot of things.
It's almost been a lot of long running series or something. Oh, there's Pokemon. Bakuten, Haramiya. Oh, JoJo.
Oh no.
JoJo. Oh, RoboMasters, huh? 2013 was when he first started. Log Horizon. Oh, I know about that. Oh, he was in Sailor Moon Crystal. Umino.
Oh.
Guy was chasing after Usagi for a long time. Unsuccessfully. With the swirly glasses, if you remember him.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah. Bakugo's voiced by Nobuhiko Okamoto, who,
Himmel.
Yeah, Himmel.
And Accelerator.
Ishura. He's been in Ishura. Mayonaka Punch. Oh, yeah, I remember that guy. Yeah. Undead Unluck. Oh, Zon 100. Okay, I know what that guy is, too. Revenger.
I think one of the characters.
Popoko, of course.
Yep.
Tokyo Mew Mew. New. Yeah, so a lot of big roles there. Let's see. All Might. Kenta Miyake. Precure. Dragon Ball Daima. Oh, Kaiju 8. Idolmaster. He voiced a dog, apparently. Oh, Jujutsu Kaisen. Charizard and Pokemon. Oh, the remake of Yurusei Yatsura. Oh, Berserk. Digimon.
Hey.
Oh, Skate the Infinite. Skate the, yeah. Isekai Quartet. Oh, yeah. Oh, he played Zangief in High Score Girl.
Zangief.
Yeah. Because Street Fighter in high school.
Yeah.
Overlord. Yep. That Ninja Batman thing. That weird thing that happened. Oh, Boruto. I assume that also means Naruto, but I'm not sure. ReZero. Yep. Okay. So again, a lot of big things here too. Ochako is voiced by Yane Sakura, which I know that name.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do.
Yes,
she's been in a lot of things that I've watched. Yep, VTuber. Yep, that's right. The main character, VTuber.
Yep. Main character from that.
Yep. Oshinoko, Blue Archive, Gundam Seed, Spy Family. Yep, that's Frost. Girls und Panzer.
Fate.
Pocket Monsters, of course.
Arknights.
Yep. She's been in a lot. Shadow House.
Non Biori.
Non Biori.
Magia record.
Yep, Magia record. Oh, there's Bang Dream.
Yep.
Yeah, again, she's been on a lot of stuff. Not surprising. Oh yeah, Promare.
Season Promare. Yep. I know.
I'm curious about what.
I liked her in there. She was a good character.
One of her first roles. I wonder how far back do I have to go. 2010. Oh my gosh, she was in the Oremo.
Which one? Which character?
Kirara Hoshino, I guess.
Oh.
Not the main character. That was her very first role.
No,
though.
I think we've already hit the main character, though. I think we've hit another role that she's done.
Elisa Yase in Love Live. Ellie's younger sister.
Shashiraku.
Yeah, that's some of the main characters there.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll highlight the other ones down the line when we do more, but yeah.
When they become more prominent, yeah.
As we do more, we can highlight other characters. But yeah, those are the main ones for season 1 as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, so yeah, season 1 being only 13 episodes compared to the later ones being 20-something episodes each.
Yay.
That's going to be a fun time.
Yep, we'll have to get through those eventually.
We'll get through it eventually, but yeah, it's going to be a bit. And Koihei Horikoshi, original creator of the manga, and supposed to be busy with this, all you could tell towards the end, like he's probably done with it. Getting kind of done with it, but yeah. Yeah, as a whole, again, season 1 is still pretty hype overall. Ignoring anything that comes after at this point in time anyway. Yeah, it still pretty much brings the hype, and it's still a fun time to watch it.
Yep.
And I'm actually kind of looking forward again to season 2.
I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to finding out why people stopped liking it as much, but I am looking forward to seeing what comes after this.
Yeah, because I remember still liking season 2, because that's also when I know what happens in that season. Gonna be a fun time, I think. Season 2. So someone put it once. It's because people were talking about, My Hero Academia breaks the mold. No, it's not. Doesn't break the mold. It is the mold. It defines the mold. It lives by the mold. It polishes the mold to a razor, to a mirror finish.
Yeah,
it's the most shonen ass shonen to ever shonen.
Yes,
it's like this is like
this
shonen
is peak shonen.
Yeah,
this is peak shonen. Yeah.
So yeah, still fun at this point in time.
Yep, at this point in time.
Yeah, honestly, it was just for the first time in years. It was fun going back and watching this again. And,
it was fun watching it for the first time.
Just remembering why I liked it in the first place.
Yeah.
And why a lot of people liked it in the first place.
Yep. It's literally it's a lot of fun.
There you go. That's our recommendation. Is actually watch the first season at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe you'll reunite your love for it. Maybe you'll ignite a love you never had in the first place. I don't know.
Yep.
Or maybe you'll just hate it because of whatever reason. I don't know. I'm not
whatever reason.
I'm not you. Anyway, yeah, I think that would be it for this episode as a whole. So if you did enjoy what you heard, you can find more episodes at newtoweeaboo.libsyn.com and spelled LABSYN. If you want to, subscribe to the RSS feed there and keep up to date with new episodes that come out. You could also, again, listen to old episodes if you want to. You guys also are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and Amazon Music. You could search for us on any of those services or click buttons at the top of the Libsyn site if you want, for most of those again. And keep up to date. And also, if you want to contact us, you could do so via email, newtoweeaboo@gmail.com, if you have any questions or comments or anime recommendations or what have you. We are kind of pretty much scheduled out for the first half of the year, so the coming year, so just an FYI on that. So if you recommend anything to us, we probably won't get to it for a while. And if you also recommend anything to us really long, we'll have to think a long, hard time about whether or not we'll actually try to commit to such a thing. Because we're committing to this now.
Yeah.
This is My Hero Academia thing. Now that we've started, we're committing 7 seasons, plus probably an 8th one this coming year.
Yeah, not to mention any of the other side series. We'll have to figure that out too if we do them or not.
OVAs and movies.
Yeah, the movies and whatnot.
Not sure if again, those are so weird because they're canon but not really relevant.
Yeah.
You can also find our various social media. It's all listed at newtoweeaboo.libsyn.com/contact. You go there and click on any of the links if you like. So that's it for this one, and that's it for 2024 in this show. Join us next year in January we will be talking about the 3rd season of Love Live Superstar.
Back to Idol Hell.
Yes, back to Superstar for likely the last time. I have to double check that because, well, if they're announcing anything new, it's going to be announced today as of recording, in fact.
Yeah.
So, we'll see you after
see you next
the new year. We'll see you in the new year. Hopefully we'll all survive.
Uh-huh.
So, bye.
Bye.